Hello, and welcome back to English with Leo podcast. I'm Leo.
And I'm Belle. And you are in exactly the right place if you want to learn real, everyday English. Not boring textbook English, real English, the kind real people actually use.
This podcast is for you if you want to understand English better, speak more naturally, and feel more confident every single day.
And we always keep it simple. We use real examples, and we always explain the difficult words so you never feel lost.
So, Belle, today we have a really good topic. I think almost every English learner needs to hear this one.
Yes, I agree. Today, we are talking about confidence. Specifically, how to stop apologizing for your English and start building real confidence when you speak.
Because so many learners study very hard. They know a lot of English, but the moment they open their mouth to speak, they freeze.
Or they say sorry before they even start. Sorry, my English is not very good. And they haven't even said anything wrong yet.
Exactly. They apologize before the mistake even happens. And today, we want to talk about why that happens and what we can do about it.
But first, a small favor. If you enjoy this podcast, please subscribe and share it with one friend who is learning English. Just one person. You never know how much they need it.
Maybe that friend who says, I want to improve my English, but is too scared to actually try speaking. This episode is for them. Okay, let's get into it. So, Belle, let's start with the big question. Why do so many English learners lose their confidence when they speak?
Good question. I think the number one reason is fear of making mistakes.
Say more about that.
Think about this. When we were children learning our first language, did we worry about making mistakes?
No, we just talked. We said the wrong word, people laughed a little, we tried again. No big deal.
Exactly. Children are not embarrassed when they make mistakes, but adults are different. We care too much about what other people think, so it's not really about English. It's about embarrassment.
So the language is not the real problem. The fear is the problem.
Yes, and many learners say, I need to know more words first, or I need to be perfect before I speak. But that thinking traps you. It's like saying, I will go swimming after I learn to swim perfectly.
But you can only learn to swim by getting in the water. And your English gets better when you actually speak it, not when you only study it silently in your room.
Exactly. So let's talk about a real story. Leo, I know you have one.
Yes. A few years ago, I was at a big conference, a meeting with people from many different countries. Everyone was speaking English.
Oh, wow, that sounds exciting. How did you feel?
Honestly, terrified. I had studied English for years, but when I sat at that table, I felt like I forgot everything. Someone asked me a simple question. What do you think about this idea? And I knew the answer, but my mouth just stopped.
No, that feeling is the worst.
I said, sorry, my English is not perfect. And everyone waited, and I felt even worse. But then I took a breath. I said something simple. It wasn't perfect. I probably made grammar mistakes, but I said it. And you know what? Nobody cared about my grammar. They just listened.
Yes, because real people in real conversations don't stop and correct your grammar. They listen to your message.
Exactly. And that day I realized most of the fear was inside my head, not in the real world.
That is such an important thing to understand. Okay, let's talk about this sorry habit specifically. So many English learners, before they say anything, start with an apology. Things like, sorry, my English is not very good. Or, please excuse my bad English. Or, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but...
We've all done it.
We have. But here's the thing. When you start with sorry, you are already putting yourself below the other person. Think about two people walking into a room. The first person walks in and says, hello, I'm here. I have something to say. The second person walks in and says, sorry, I'm here. I hope I'm not bothering anyone. My ideas are probably not very good, but...
That's uncomfortable even to listen to.
right? Which person do you want to listen to?
The first one, obviously.
Exactly. When you apologize before you speak, you make the listener feel like they need to feel sorry for you. But when you just speak, even imperfectly, they focus on your message. The sorry habit makes things worse. You feel scared, you say sorry, you feel worse, you say more sorry. It becomes a cycle.
A circle of fear. And we need to break that circle. To be fair though, sometimes saying sorry is polite, right? If you step on someone's foot, you say sorry. That's good manners.
Yes. Good point, Leo. But when you say sorry just because you are speaking English and you're not a native speaker, that sorry is not necessary. That is a habit of fear. And most of the time, the person you are talking to is not even thinking your English is bad. They are just happy you are trying to communicate.
That's a really comforting thought, actually. Okay, good moment to stop and look at some important words from today. Let's do our word corner.
Oh, I love this part. First word, confidence. Confidence means you believe in yourself. You feel okay about doing something even if it's not perfect. For example, she spoke English with confidence. Or, I want to build my confidence when I speak to strangers.
Good one. Next, freeze. To freeze usually means to become very cold, like water turning to ice. But in conversation, we say someone freezes when they suddenly cannot speak because they are scared or nervous. For example, I froze during my job interview. Or, when the teacher asked me a question, I froze completely.
I have definitely frozen before. Next, embarrassed. When you are embarrassed, you feel uncomfortable and a little ashamed because of something you said or did. For example, I was embarrassed when I said the wrong word in front of everyone. Or, don't feel embarrassed. Everyone makes mistakes.
And one more, communicate. To communicate means to share information, ideas, or feelings with another person. Speaking, writing, even using your hands. All of that is communication. For example, I can communicate in English even when I don't know every word. Or, the goal of language is to communicate, not to be perfect.
And that last example is so important. The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect. Remember, you can rewind this section and listen again slowly. Pick one word and try to make your own sentence with it. Even in your head. A sentence in your head is still practice.
All right, let's get practical. 5 tips. Real, usable, simple.
Oh yes, this is my favorite part.
Tip 1. Change your goal from perfect to clear. When your goal is perfect, you will always fail. Nobody speaks perfectly, not even native English speakers. They make grammar mistakes every single day.
That's so true. So drop that goal. Instead, ask yourself one question after you speak. Did the other person understand me? If yes, you communicated. Mission complete.
Exactly. Tip 2. Start with small, safe conversations. Confidence is like a muscle. You don't go to the gym on day 1 and lift the heaviest weight. You start small and build slowly.
I love that comparison. Same with speaking. You don't need to start with a big presentation or a difficult debate. Order your coffee in English. Say hello to someone. Comment one sentence on an English YouTube video. Every tiny conversation is a small win, and small wins build confidence slowly, like adding bricks to a wall.
And I have a small personal story for this one. When I was building my English confidence, I used to talk to myself, in English, alone in my car.
Oh wow, really?
Yes, I described what I saw outside. There is a red car. That building is very tall. The weather is nice today. Nobody was listening. I couldn't embarrass myself. But my mouth got used to making English sounds. My brain got used to thinking in English, and slowly I stopped freezing.
So the car became your private English training room.
Exactly. My very safe, very private training room. Tip 3. Make friends with mistakes.
Most learners treat mistakes like enemies, but mistakes are your best teachers. Do you have an example, Leo?
Oh yes. One time I said, I am very boring today. I meant to say, I am very bored. Bored means you feel no energy or interest. But boring means you are the one making other people feel bored. So I basically told someone, I am a boring person today.
Oh no! What did they say?
They explained the difference very kindly, and I have never made that mistake again. Because the mistake taught me. If I never made it, I might still be saying the wrong word today. The learner who makes mistakes and keeps going will always improve faster than the learner who never speaks because they're afraid to be wrong.
That is so true. Okay, tip 4. Use the phrase, I mean. One big reason learners freeze is because they say the wrong word and don't know how to fix it. So they stop. They go silent. But native speakers have a simple tool. 2 words. I mean.
Yes. If you say the wrong word, you just say, I mean, and correct yourself. For example, I went to the the bookstore, yesterday. Or, he is my brother. It sounds completely natural. It shows you are thinking and paying attention. And it stops that horrible silence after a mistake.
Instead of freezing, you say, I mean, and you keep moving. Like a river that flows around a rock instead of stopping.
Oh, I love that picture. The river doesn't stop at every rock. It just keeps flowing. Tip 5, and maybe the most important, celebrate every time you try. Think about this. When a child takes their first step and falls, what does everyone do?
Oh, they cheer. Oh, wow, look at you. They clap and smile.
Nobody says, that was bad. Your steps were not straight. Try harder. But many adult learners treat themselves exactly that way. They speak English, they make one small mistake, and they say to themselves, I'm so bad at this. Why can't I get this right?
That kind of thinking is poison for your confidence. Instead, after every time you try, even if it was messy, even if you forgot a word, say to yourself, good, I tried. I'm getting better.
You become your own cheerleader, the person who claps when you take a step, even if you fall.
I really love that. Your own cheerleader.
Okay, let's give our listeners some practical phrases they can use right now. Phrases that confident English speakers actually use.
Yes. When you need someone to repeat or slow down, could you please repeat that? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you speak a little slower, please? These are polite and completely normal. Use them without shame.
And these are phrases native speakers use too, so you will never sound strange saying them. When you forget a word in the middle of a sentence, what's the word, the thing you use to, how do you say, actually, let me describe it. It is perfectly okay to describe a word when you forget it. That is a real communication skill.
And when you make a mistake, to correct yourself quickly. Actually, what I meant was, or just laugh a little and say, sorry, wrong word.
These phrases make you sound natural. Not because your grammar is perfect, but because you handle the conversation smoothly.
Smooth is the goal. Like water flowing, not like a car hitting every rock on the road.
Yes, smooth water, not rocky road.
Okay, let's do a quick recap before we say goodbye.
We talked about why English learners lose confidence. Mainly fear of mistakes, not lack of knowledge.
We talked about the sorry habit and why apologizing before you speak makes things worse.
And our 5 tips. Tip 1, change your goal from perfect to clear. Tip 2, start with small, safe conversations. Tip 3, make friends with mistakes. They are your best teachers. Tip 4, use I mean to keep flowing when you make a mistake. Tip 5, celebrate every time you try. Be your own cheerleader.
So good. So, listener, we have one question for you before you go. What is one English conversation you have been avoiding because you are scared? Maybe it's a phone call. Maybe it's speaking to a colleague. Maybe it's just saying hello to a stranger.
Whatever it is, try it this week. Just once. Imperfectly. Bravely. And when you finish, no matter how it goes, say to yourself, good, I did it. I'm getting better.
Because you are. Every day that you try, you are getting better, even when it doesn't feel that way.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with one friend. Thank you so much for being here today.
We really mean that. You chose to spend your time on yourself, and that is never wasted. This was English with Leo podcast.
I'm Leo.
And I'm Belle. Until next time, speak bravely, make mistakes proudly, and be kind to yourself.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care.